Yowdy, yowdy, yowdy. Tonight, we have a new gym alert. It's technically not a new gym if you're an OG viewer of mine, but it's a gym that we haven't gone to in a while. And recently, so at Planet Fitness, I have gotten told to not record and to keep my cell phone in there. And I got a note on my profile and stuff. So that makes me believe that I'm going to get kicked out of PF, or they're going to just tell me to stop recording overall. So I canceled my membership there. No beef with anybody there or anything. It's just, I understand, can't record. That's one of their policies. They let me get away with it for a while, But I want to keep recording for you guys. So, I want to do that. But you guys should know what the gym is, but it's like a old bodybuilding Arnold type of gym. The only reason why I kept on my membership here before is, well, me and my girl, we was going to Planet Fitness, or we stopped going here because I couldn't take her there, so, because she didn't have a membership and stuff, so, she just wanted to go to the gym with me, and we got a PF membership because we could both go to there together and everything. We did massages and all that together, so it was a pretty fun time. But, I want to go back here because I love this gym. 24/7 all the time, no workers. There'll probably be nobody there tonight at this time. Well, it's not like, I for some reason think, I'm eating carbs right now, so I'm sorry if I'm eating chocolate in my mouth full and everything, but I got to get all the carbs I can get because I gotta kind of hurry in this workout today. Jeez. Oh my gosh, dude, didn't even look. But I gotta make this workout like 30 minutes. So you guys are gonna see everything today. Every set, every rep, not my warm-ups, but you guys will see what a 30-minute workout will look like. So, because like I've said in the past, you don't need to be in the gym for 4 hours to get a good workout in. And to be honest, that workout will probably not be very good if it's 4 hours long. Some of the best workouts are kind of like what I'm doing. Like a little 30 to an hour max, 45 minutes, That's all you really need. You don't need any more than that, So, But one thing I want to speak to you guys today about is balance of life. And I haven't mentioned this in the past before, but it really speaks out to me tonight because, I was with my friends yesterday with my girl for about like an hour and a half, 2 maybe at most. And that's not very long, right? So we were like, we're going to come out tomorrow. And my girl, she got a tattoo today, 2 tattoos. It took longer than expected. We had to travel about 40 minutes up to the place. Travel back down 40 minutes. It's just a bunch of stuff. But now we're going to go back we got back and then I had to hurry up real quick because she wants to get over there and everything by a certain time. And my gym is like dang near 30 minutes out, which you might be saying, why are you going to this gym? You should just go to the closer one. Well, that's Planet Fitness and I don't want to go there anymore, right? And anyways, it's like this gym, if you guys have been a reoccurring member at certain gyms, and then you go to a different gym where it's more serious, you could say, more bodybuilding, more powerlifting orientated, you could just tell a different shape of vibe and different type of dedication that people have at other gyms compared to like a Planet Fitness. You're gonna have your dogs everywhere you go. You're gonna have your unicorns everywhere you go. But you're also gonna have regulars, just kind of everyday people that you see go to the gym too, at any type of gym. But it's like if you go to an influencer gym, you're going to see a lot more influencers at a gym compared to like a Planet Fitness or a YMCA, you know? So, this gym, I think, just allows me, because if you guys are men, I think even women go through this. If you see someone, it's like the thing that Joe Bartolozzi said, if you see someone in better shape than you or as good shape as you, you're going to want to do and go more hard than that person, or just go harder in general in your workout. Because for one, you either want to beat them in a certain way, like beat them, or you want to just look better than them. It's just all mind shit, right? That's why bringing your boys where the workout always gets, you know, I think a better workout in sometimes. Maybe not a better workout in, but you just, maybe sometimes it's more intense compared to maybe if you go alone. Because you're like, you get someone that push yourself. So when you have somebody else there that's, you know, bigger or whatever, stronger than you, so you're like, wow, I got to get up to their level, or wow, I gotta do a little bit more, man. So you might bust your butt a little bit more. But I mean, all that said, I mean, it's just gonna be a really good workout. I've been hyped, like so hyped to go to this gym. I've been telling my girl all about it. Like I'm super excited to hit chest here. Just cause, sorry if I'm breathing loud too. I got like my chest is tight for some reason. But I've been just telling how excited I am just on hitting this day today. It's just, chest day for one is awesome. And chest here, there's one certain machine I'm really looking forward to. It's just been in my head this whole time. It's like what Planet Fitness has, but it's this old Nautilus like Lang chest press machine. It's just a super good machine overall. And I'm just ready to hit the gym, man. I've been ready. I got this Rice Krispie I've been holding on. I've been waiting to eat because I'm talking to you guys, and I already was eating on camera in front of you guys, and I don't want to keep munching and filling my face right in front of you guys, you know. But like I said, you guys are, I think, gonna see everything, because I do usually one thing of where I have it like this, and then another vertical, or for like Instagram reels and stuff. Just for mainly, because I was talking to a buddy of mine, he says that vertical does better when you record, and that makes sense, because everything on Instagram is in vertical, and TikTok is in vertical, and Shorts on YouTube is in vertical. So I would expect also that to perform better if, you know, if it's in vertical, because that's how it's supposed to be. That's like the format or the font or whatever. But I'll tell you guys the plan for the day. So it's going to be that first laying press. Second, it's going to be, I don't know if I'm going to do that like go back and forth type of thing. Because the thing about me is my triceps, I need to work on my chest maybe a little bit more on like flies and stuff, just because like a lot of my pressing movements, I don't even realize this, I use so much of my triceps. Like, I think the primary thing when I'm doing pressing is dang near my triceps. I just have really strong triceps. But just to speed up my workout, I might just do like a 1 to 3 exercises of chest, and one thing of triceps. I'll figure it out though. I might do like 1 fly, 1 press, and then like an extension of some sort, and then call that a day here. You know, I don't need to take 4 sets. I mean, or 4 exercises on each muscle group. You only need 2 to 3 max. You know, you don't need 4. I know, like Lex Little, when he was working out with Genetic Anomaly and Larry Wheelers, he was like saying, "You guys are done? I usually do way more variation." Variation is cool, but at the same time, it's not needed. You know. But I'll see you guys in the gym in a second. Now here's set 1. So the main thing with this one is just try to keep your elbows in when you do this. Really just kind of squeeze them together. That's the best way I get chest activation, at least. But same thing as always, train to failure, control the weight, and that's pretty much it. Another thing you want to do is make sure you're arching your back as well. Also, this is set 3. So, same thing pretty much, just a little less weight than last time because we're going to failure in all the sets. So, obviously, your weight is going to be able to drop because your fatigue is setting in now. Now we're going to be working on our lateral head, which is the outside part of the tricep. Make sure we're going exploding down and going slow on the wake up, keeping the control on the weight. Make sure you're not letting the weight control you. And all you're doing, like I said, is just keeping your arms to your side and tight. And this is set 1 of 2. And this is going to be the first to last that tricep exercise we're going to be doing. We're doing one more that focuses mainly on upper chest, but also includes tricep. It's a compound movement. You'll see what it is here in a second. Now what we're doing is an upper chest because we just did a tricep push down for the tricep. So a pressing movement probably wouldn't be the best thing because our tricep would be involved in that. So this just allows us to be able to focus it a lot on mainly just chest, shoulders, and the front delts. But make sure you're almost just touching your elbows again together rather than touching your hands together. And then make sure you're squeezing at the top and going really slow on the way down for a good stretch. In this one, you can train the high-end reps because you're going in the lower weight range because you don't want to go too high and wait for this because you can get injured. But this is the first set. This is the second set and will be our last set for this one. Same thing, keep your elbows in together, try to touch them. Make sure you have a high posture when you do it. You can kind of see it a little better from the side. Have one foot in front of the other for better stability. And yeah, pretty much. And I trained this around the 8 to 15 rep range. This is the exercise I was talking about where you're also going to be hitting triceps since your arms are going to be super close. The plates are actually different weight here, so I was wondering because it felt really unstable and wobbly. So put that in the counter, what I was doing. But the closer you are, the more triceps you'll get in the movement. But I also was just trying it out because this guy on TikTok named TNF said the closer your hands are, the more upper chest activation you'll get because there's multiple studies. So I was just trying it. So I'd probably recommend doing this one instead on a flat, not a flat, but a inclined free weight. Do this on a Smith machine. That way you get just less stabilizer muscles and just more of just like the main muscles like triceps and upper chest when you do this. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ooh. That was a good workout. A little short. That's what was going to happen today. So, you guys basically seen every set besides, I think, one, I think. Well, you didn't see 2 sets. One was a second. Both of them were second sets. So, I'll explain everything in the overview of my video. But, that's basically just to explain. You only need 30 minutes, including a warm-up. Like, what I mean by warm-up is get on the cables, do, a couple shoulder, couple chest, couple tricep, couple back. And then while you're doing your sets, before you're doing your actual sets, do your warm-up sets. And then boom. Because also, I do a warm-up set every different exercise because you're performing a different, path or muscle group or whatever dang near every set or every workout. Like if I'm going to an incline chest press and then going to like a, whatchamacallit, if you're going from like an incline chest bench press to a fly, you are doing a completely different movement. You might be training chest, but you're doing a completely different path because you go from pressing to all the way out doing flies. So just be cautious and care about what you're doing. You know, don't be neglectful towards your warm-ups. That's how a lot of people get injured. A lot of people get injured by being too strong for their own. Well, not a lot, because I guess that's really only like the top people who get injured because they're too strong and they break their shit. But like, when it comes to just warming up, a lot of people don't warm up properly. They tweak their lower back, they tweak their shoulder, they tweak something, right? Even if it's minor, you don't want to tweak anything. Tweaking is not fun because, I mean, then you gotta be cautious of what you're doing the next, few sessions, or, you can't train. And if you're a guy who wants to grow, you need to train to grow. You need to also rest, but resting off an injury doesn't mean you're growing. It just means you're getting back to normal. So, be courteous of what you're doing. That's just what I'm trying to say. But overall workout today, got everything I wanted to done. Triceps and chest. Can't complain about that. I wanted to do a little shoulders, but since time, I couldn't today, so it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about not getting the most ideal thing ever. If your workout isn't 100% what you imagined, don't cry about it. Do the main things you need to do. The smaller muscle groups like shoulders or forearms, if you don't do them that day, cry about it. Oh well, do it your next session if you really care that much. Like, for me personally, I already did them twice this week. I don't have to hit them 3 times this week. I could hit them again if I really wanted to tomorrow, but I'm not going to, right? I'm not going to cry about it. I'll just do it on Monday. So, can't complain about anything today. I'm very happy for how it turned out, and I'm ready to go back and do it again. That's the great and just awesome part about lifting, is now, tomorrow, I get to go do it again, right? That's the great thing about something that you're truly passionate about, is if you find something that you genuinely love in this life, you are going to go back and do it all over again the next day. That's the beauty of it. It's that consistency of finding what you love to do. Because everybody needs that consistency in life. Nobody is a person who doesn't like a little bit of consistency. You're going to have random days where one day is way different from the others, but then you're going to have normal days where it's just kind of toned down and, it's a little bit of the same, And we need that. You don't want to be a hamster on a hamster wheel and do the same thing every day of your life, like the same day every day. But you need something that you're going to do the same almost every day, like a gym, like a job. You need something like that, But I think with something that you're more passionate about is definitely something that you need. Definitely. Because if you have no consistency in your life, you're all out of balance, you're all out of whack. And that usually doesn't turn good, for a lot of people. Some people can just go with the flow of life, be unemployed, and don't have any money, but somehow they're going to survive this week. I mean, they don't even know how they're doing it, but they know that they're going to be able to survive. But me, I like that stability, and I like that, knowing that, I got this to do tomorrow. That's how I work. I've always been a type of guy in video games who liked leveling up, and if I had to grind a little bit doing the same thing in that video game, I'm not going to complain too much about it because I'm leveling up towards something. Same with the gym. I'm getting a better physique, I would love to see my experience points in a gym category, not a gym category, but like, let's say above me, I had a level thing, and it's like, you are advanced, you're going to move to professional, and then, professional, and then, winner, and then beyond winner, or something, just something like that, but, I mean, I can kind of see it with my progress every day, towards, for one, mentally, I think I don't know why I mentioned my head so much, towards mentally knowing more things in life. And then also just being able to see those results in a physical way. I could be like, okay, I'm gonna do a double side chest. There we go. I was thinking of I also said double side chest, but a side chest last year was like, okay, it's okay. This year it's like, wow, that's a lot better than last year's. You know, or I look a lot leaner, or I look a lot bigger. You know, you never wanna. I mean, you're gonna have plateaus in your life, right? Like, I'm not gonna progress pounds of muscle every week. That's not happening. I mean, even when I was a beginner, I mean, I gained like 50 pounds in my first month or two, 3 months or whatever in the gym. You know, it was a lot, right? So you need to be able to know that you're going to run into plateaus though, but you don't want to revert in progress ever, right? Because if you revert in progress, you go backwards. That's where it gets a little bit more demoralizing, where it's like, okay, what am I even doing this for? You know, and you never want to come to that point of your, you know, lifting life or, you know, financial life, you know, whatever it is. You don't want to ever revert to a point where it's like, dang, now I have to restart from point 0, point A or whatever. And that is just based off of consistency and being smart. And those things, it's a lot of learning in life. Consistency is, you know, obviously doing it over and over again. That's with life. That's more of a simple way to do it, you know, but learning is knowing what you're doing when you're doing it, right? Like today, I might have to do it on a Smith machine, but I saw TNF. He was doing some close grip kind of upper chest pressing, and, you know, it already kind of felt weird, but, you know, I didn't really feel my chest much when I was doing it. I might just have to go a little farther out when I do it, so I didn't really feel much. So in my head, I'm like, okay, TNF says it worked for him, but not really for me. But I can just try it again on a Smith machine or something, see how I like it. Then if I don't like it, I won't do it. It's simple. But today I tried it, didn't really like it much. I mean, that was you saw it where I went from kind of close to, then I went close, and then I went kind of far out. And I got a good, you know, kind of pump from that, but I didn't really gain much from it, you know. I didn't really gain much from it. So that's that at the end of the day. So that's just part of the learning process, you know. It's great. I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna execute. That's really it at the end of the day. I'm gonna repeat that cycle. You know, you don't need to make it so complicated or hard on yourself. Find stuff you like and do it. You know, and that's just everyday life. That's why I've always said the gym will be a teacher. Those passions will be a teacher because they will teach you discipline. And discipline is the most silent teacher of all time. It's very loud at some times and some points in your life. You know, it's very loud, but very quiet. It's that quietness that's so loud, right? Because a lot of people, including myself, I don't always have a quiet life. Like right now, after I get off this camera, I'm going to have another 10-ish minutes of really just the noise of my car. I'm not going to listen to music. I'm not going to listen to the radio, nothing. And it's just going to be this, right? You need to have that quietness to really focus on what you actually need to do. That's one thing. A lot of people don't have those uncomfortable moments, and they don't realize until maybe you're with your friends, you know. And me personally, I have a great friend group. Sometimes we're just chilling in the house and we're not talking at all. It's just a bunch of us sitting in there chilling. Obviously we're talking the majority of the time, we're having a good time, but then sometimes we're all just chilling, and then it's just quiet, you know. But it's awesome still. It's a good time, you know. But But if you are in quietness and you feel awkward, you need to work on that. Because I used to have that a lot, and I used to just, as soon as I felt that quietness, I used to start panicking and having anxiety a little bit. You need to sit in that quietness sometimes. You really do. You need to learn about yourself more. You know, learn about what you actually like in this life. You know, if you find nothing truly passionate in your life ever, you are going to have a very upsetting life, to say the least. You know, but I hope you guys have a very good day. I want you guys to just go out there and learn something, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever that is. Just learn. That's what I always say to everybody. And in these videos, I love preaching learning. It's one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. And I mean that. Please learn as much as you can in these lives. Even if you're 11 years old, I don't think I have any 11-year-olds watching my videos, but if I do, if you're 11 years old and you're in school, and you're like, man, I really hate school. Pay attention, actually. Be in class and actually be there in the moment of listen to your teacher. Or let's say, you're talking to someone older than you, just listen to them. You can learn something. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.